All right, so here we've got our Manitowoc. I don't know how to say that, but our continuous ice maker. It came in the other day and it was leaking all over the floor. Um, and so I took a look at it and saw that the pump was still running. It is a continuous ice maker. I pulled the pump apart and it had so much hard water and everything all over it. Uh, I went and looked for the part and found a replacement part um, to go in the machine. And while I was at it, I thought, as long as I'm going to do it and I got to order everything, I'll order a ice thickness gauge and a water gauge. So we're going to install the pump first. This is about as simple as it can be. It literally just hangs right on the back there. The two screws get screwed in. This gets pressed right on there, and the plug goes right in the hole. So we'll do that real quick, and then we'll spin the machine around so you guys can see how to do the other parts. Um, Obviously, I have turned the power off. I have go in there and get a stupid thing. I've turned the power off, and I've turned the water off so that we don't have a flood or any big problems. So you can see there, we just hooked that right back up. And this is their quarter drive there. We're going to turn this drill down so we don't over torque everything. So now there our pump is reinstalled. So what it does is it feeds water up here to the coolant, and then when the ice gets to a certain thickness, we'll figure it out. I don't know where that goes yet, but we'll figure it out. And then the ice falls out and sits in the bottom and continuously melts and goes down into a drain that goes over there. We'll show you that in a minute. And so you always have fresh ice. It's not just making ice that's all in one giant clump and not working. So let's go ahead and turn this machine around so you guys can see the rest of the fix here. All right. So my microphone was acting funny and all the sound got messed up. So I'm just going to have to record over this part there. I pulled the back off and now I'm pulling the other little front part or the other little back part off. What I found was when I pulled that little snap ring off, a whole bunch of calcium and crud and all sorts of other garbage dropped out of the bottom, and I took my little piece of wire hook there and just started wiggling around in there, knocking all sorts of crud loose. I think that was probably one of the biggest problems with the whole dang thing was just it was so over calcified. Apparently, I'm learning that you got to clean these things every couple of years instead of just letting them go for 5 years and expecting them to work right. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna pull up a couple of parts over there. I'm cleaning the calcium off of the end of the hose, and we pulled the whole hose out and ran it through the sink, and the amount of crud that was in that hose after running all the water out was it's amazing what's in our water. Oh, here we see a couple of Amazon parts that were suggested parts. Well, you buy the pump and here's some suggested parts. Yeah, it's stupid. Don't do that. Those were useless. I had to send them back. All right, so what we figured out was not only were we having pump problems, but we were having a little issue with some clogging here. Basically, it was just all the hard water buildup was starting to cause it not to drain properly, not to leak properly. Plus, the pump was just overgoing and overgoing. So let me get this put back together and get it spun around, and then we can show you, hopefully, how it's supposed to work. All right. All right. So we've got our new pump installed. We're got the machine leveled again. We got the water back on. I think one of our big problems was with the pump being so calcified, not working well, and then our drain line, was so plugged up with stuff. That's why we were just leaking water all over the place. Uh, let's go ahead and turn the machine on and see if she starts working. All right, so I know it's loud, but maybe you can see this. We got the motor reinstalled. We turned the machine back on. It's up and processing. We're running up here, and we're running across our coolant. Up here you can see the water dripping down. It'll start making ice, and hopefully that fixed our problem. We don't have any water leaking anymore. Hopefully that'll fix our problem of water leaking out all over the floor. I think as much as replacing the motor, the most important thing here was cleaning that drain line that comes out of the back of the machine. It was so crudted up with so much stuff. So tools for doing this job were pretty simple. Quarter driver drill with a Phillips bit, little crescent wrench, and a big round off your bolt head wrench to clamp the little tie clamp on the back. So hope this works for all you guys. Hope it helps a little bit. And once again, if the ladies don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.